Okay, winterization. Winter is coming. Yeah, winter is coming. I'll tell you, I've operated in some places, some affordable housing communities where it was so fucking cold. Fuck, it was so fucking cold. Holy shit. So yeah, winter will come. Man, it was so. I'll tell you how cold it was. It was so cold that when I would take my dog out to walk in the morning time to go to the bathroom, like her poop would freeze before it hit the ground. That's how freaking cold it was. Okay, so it's some places you're gonna operate in. It's gonna be really cold. I made another video about what to wear in those environments, but this video will be talking about winterization. Winterization, that is what they call the process of preparing for winter. Yeah, we prepare for winter in the apartment community, apartment complexes. You got to prepare for winter. There are certain things you do during the winter time that will make it so you can survive the winter time. Much similarly, kind of like when you're out in rural areas and you leave the water running slightly all night so the pipes don't freeze. Kind of like that, basically. You do things to help you prepare for winter. So one of the things that people do during the winter time, the winterization time, is you want to refill all your fire extinguishers. All your fire extinguishers, you want to call the guy and have him come out, refill all the fire extinguishers. That's something that you do annually, and that could be done during the winter time. Another thing that you're doing too is that depending on your water heaters, you might need to turn up the temperature because it's going to be colder, so people will be using more hot water. And if you have it set to the lowest setting, they're not going to be able to get enough hot water, enough heat from it. So you have to go one by one to each unit, depending on the water heater, or one by one per water heater room, and just turn up the temperature on the water heater so it produces more heat, BTUs. So that's another thing that you do during the winter time. You want to clean the gutters. Gutter cleaning takes place during the winter time. If you have like a sky rise or a high rise building, then you will have to hire a company to come clean them. If they're low, then maybe you can do it. But specifically, you're cleaning out the gutters because of the rain time. You want the gutters to be operating because there's going to be a lot of rain. And if the gutters are not operating, then you're going to have leaks and floods and all kinds of shit. The gutters are very important and they get clogged. So you got to make sure those are clean. But winterization is the process of preparing for winter. And this is all like a schedule they'll create. If you have a big management company like you've worked at, like I have, then they'll have like a big schedule they create. And you just follow that schedule for the winter time. But that's basically the winterization process. Some places they'll have you flush all the water heaters with some vinegar to get the sediment buildup out of there. So you might have to do that. I'm trying to think of what else that we have to do. Safety inspections, fire alarm inspections, usually those take place during the winter time. So your fire alarm company or your security company should be able to take care of that. But basically, it's just a big in-house inspection that they do where they inspect the building, they inspect the systems, make sure the systems are operating correctly. So that's the fire system check. That'll go along with the sprinkler check. Also, you want to check fire risers. Fire risers are basically those red metallic poles that have like the fire system, like the fire sprinkler system. Usually, like they're on the side of a building, or if you're going upstairs, they're on the side of the stairs or something. You'll see them. They look like the fire department operates on them, but those are the fire risers that you want to check. And when you're checking these things, you're just checking them for leaks, damage, anything missing. That's pretty much all you're doing. You're inspecting, taking a look at the area. There's also exterior lighting. You want to check the exterior lighting because during the winter time, there's going to be a lot. It's going to get darker during the winter time, so you want to have make sure you're checking the exterior lighting to make sure that those work, and that can only be done at night. So you have to make sure that works. Funny story, one of the places I've operated in, they had no exterior lighting, so it was pitch black. I don't know what the deal was with that. I mean, I prefer lighting. I think we should have lighting so you can see who's there, so it's not dangerous. But like I said, some of the places I've operated in, they're so set in their ways that they don't want any changes at all. So any type of lighting, they think that it's light pollution. And to be honest with you, some of these places they're so fucked up and not specifically the community, the affordable housing community, but the neighborhood around there, which makes up the community, I guess. But the places are so stuck in their own ways that they won't accept you just because you've lived and operated in other places. It kind of just makes them feel insecure or some shit like that. I don't know. I don't care. But point is that that place I operated in, they wanted pitch black at night, and it was in the rural country area, so it's like pitch black. And I said, no, we can't have this. We need lighting. So I opted for lighting, and they made a big fucking deal about it. But yeah, you want to have check the exterior lighting, make sure the exterior lighting is working. All of this will prepare you for winter because things are going to get colder and darker, and the day will be shorter. So you got to make sure that you're ready, and it's going to rain more. So all those things will prepare you for winter. And those things you should be preparing for maybe like around June time, so that when around winter time comes, you're already set. Don't wait for the winter time, or don't wait for it to start getting cold to start doing all this stuff. Start doing it little by little because it's a lot of items and you want to tackle them little by little. So by the time that the winter time does come, then you'll be all set. You'll be good to go for the winter time. But that's basically the winterization process. Follow your company policies, ask for help, check that out. Make a spreadsheet. Include on there all the things about winterization, when you've completed these tasks, when they're set to be completed. Keep copies of all the email communication that you have with people. You want to make sure you have that. There's one more thing I was going to talk about today, but I can't remember what it was. Uh, hmm. Yeah, when you I think it was something about having to do with interviews. When you're interviewing for some of these positions, you want to keep in mind that a lot of these interviewers, they're all managers as well, or regional managers. And the thing about this job is that it makes you very good to catch people in lies, and it makes you really good to have a bullshit meter. So when you're interviewing for some of these positions, you really want to be honest. But there's specific ways that you want to say certain things. Like I'll tell you the truth. When I first started out, when I was long time ago, somebody asked me. They said, "Okay, Carlos, we'll hire you, but I have one question for you. Do you have any problems working for a woman?" And I thought it was very weird that they would ask me something like that. But I think it can happen. Yeah, I think somebody can ask you that, and I would tell you, I mean, I said no, and obviously I didn't have a problem with it. I don't know you, maybe you do, maybe you don't, but I wouldn't say to just say no, because if you do, then they'll be able to tell that you're lying. But what you can say is you could say, I don't have a problem with it, and even if I did, I know better than to say anything. And that way, they feel good that you said that, and you'll feel good that you said that, and you just might get the job, just in case. But if you don't have a problem with it, then just say you don't have a problem with it. If you have a problem with it, then just say what I told you, because there's specific verbiage too. In this field, there's a lot of specific verbiage that you say that's a passcode that will open the doors for you, and you have to learn that specific verbiage, and I'm going to teach you. So that's basically, and winterization, knowing winterization and telling people when you're going through an interview that you can do winterization for them, that's a big key plus right there. So that's some good stuff that I'm telling you. But that's basically the winterization process. Learn it, do it. It'll help you out, it'll make you a stronger manager, and go from there.